Hello and welcome to the first ever One Step Zen live stream. And I'd be curious to see if anybody will actually join the stream. We are up to only 50 subscribers, but this is just the beginning. Holy moly. Do we have a viewer already? Looks like we do. Welcome. Okay, so in this live stream, what I'm going to do is read a book. It's entitled The Book on the Taboo Against Knowing Who You Are by Alan Watts. And I put a link down in the description. It's actually I think, foundational book of philosophy. Alan Watts is famous for his works on philosophy and translating some of the concepts of the Eastern philosophies to the West. During the 1960s, he interacted with people like Carl Jung and others. So over a 6-part series, I'm going to have 6 live streams. So, by the way, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Please hit the thumbs up button if you like these types of videos. Click on the links in the description. And turn on the notification, because then you'll be notified as live streams come up and you can participate in these as the word gets out. Okay, so the chapter I'm going to read is called The Game of Black and White. I think what I'll do is take my image off the screen so that you can just enjoy the sunrise in the background. Okay, here we go. When we were taught 1, 2, 3 and ABC, few of us were ever told about the game of black and white. It is quite as simple, but belongs to the hushed-up side of things. Consider first that all of your 5 senses are differing forms of one basic sense, something like touch. Seeing is highly sensitive touching. The eyes touch or feel light waves, and so enable us to touch things out of reach of our hands. Similarly, the ears touch sound waves in the air, and the nose tiny particles of dust and gas. But the complex patterns and chains of neurons which constitute these senses are composed of neuron units which are capable of changing between just 2 states, on or off. To the central brain, the individual neuron signals either yes or no, that's all. But as we know from computers, which employ binary arithmetic in which the only figures are 0 and 1, these simple elements can be formed into the most complex and marvelous patterns. In this respect, our nervous system and 0-1 computers are much like everything else, for the physical world is basically vibration, whether we think of this vibration in terms of waves or of particles, or perhaps wavicles. We never find the crest of a wave without the trough of a particle, without an interval or space between itself and others. In other words, there is no such thing as a half wave or a particle all by itself without any space around it. There is no on without off, no up without down. Although sounds of high vibration seem to be continuous, to be pure sound, they are not. Every sound is actually sound silence. Only the ear does not register this continuously when the alternation is too rapid. It appears only in, say, the lowest audible notes of an organ. Light, too, is not pure light, but light darkness. Light pulsates in waves, with their essential up-down motion, and in some condition the speed of light vibrations can be synchronized with other moving objects so that the latter appears to be still. This is why arc lights are used in sawmills, and they emit at the pulse, in which synchronizes with the speed of a buzzsaw in such a way that its teeth seem to be still. while eyes and ears actually register and respond both to the upbeat and the downbeat of these vibrations of the mind. The mind, that is to say, our conscious attention, notice only the upbeat. The dark, silent, or off interval is ignored. It is almost a general principle that consciousness ignores intervals, and yet cannot notice any pulse of energy without them. If you put your hand on an attractive girl's knee and just leave it there, she may cease to notice it. But if you keep patting her knee, she will know you are very much there and interested, but she notices, and, you hope, values the on more than the off. Nevertheless, the very things that we believe to exist are always on-offs. Ons alone and offs alone do not exist. And that's an interesting foundational concept, which Alan Watts certainly puts forth effectively and will serve as the basis for the next live stream, as I'll read out the next section. These are probably good live streams if you're driving in the car. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do. Please leave a comment. And thanks for watching One Step Zen.